Alright, so here is She Talks to Angels. Really easy song to play. It is in kind of a tricky tuning. It's open E. I suggest you learn how to play in this key. Okay, there's a lot of cool songs that if you want to do slide guitar, if you want to do kind of some finger style stuff. For those of you who like acoustic guitars, this is the key you want to know how to do if you're going to do an alternate tuning. So everything's the same except for A, D, and G strings. You're going to go up a full step on A and D. So A becomes B. It's like I was playing the second fret there, but I'm not. I'm just hitting it open. D becomes E. Same thing. And G becomes G sharp. Alright, now on your tuner, I've got an onboard tuner that reads that. Some tuners do not. So what you want to do, if you know about the notes on a guitar, what I have to do on my electric guitar when I do this is actually manually set it to tune to D, which is right there on the 5th fret, but then I'm going to hit that little flat button 3 times, and guess what you're tuning to? You're tuning to that B note right there, and that's what we wanted to do. So you want to do D, manual tuning, D string, flat, 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 and that'll tune you to D to a B note. Same thing for the D string. If you go instead of letting it tune to the D, what you want to let it do is tune to what note is this? A C note? No, that's not. That's a G note. So you want to do manual tuning, G, flat, flat, flat. Okay, and then when you do the A string, what you want to do is have it. Excuse me, it's a G string. You want to go to an A, manual tuning A, 1 flat. Okay, because A flat, that's G sharp. They're the same thing. Okay, of course, if you've got a tuner that'll read it when you're tuning up like that, don't do any of that. Just let your tuner tell you where to go. Okay. So what you get if you just play all the strings open now, it's like an E chord. Alright, now there's 2 different ways I've seen people play this. I play it the way that I learned it originally, where that main rhythm he's just, and that's just an E chord he's just putting down. Okay, it's usually a pretty good idea to tune it twice. Tune it, strum a few times, tune it again, because really when you're tuning up that high, it's creating some stress on the neck back here, and it's causing the rest of the strings to go out of tune. So never just tune it up and start playing. Always stretch them out or do something. Alright, so the main rhythm, easy, easy, easy. Watching this hand. Those last ones are just down strokes. Everything else is down and up. Down here on this hand. Really, really just playing it open, and that's just an E chord. Now I have seen people, instead of playing like an E form right there, do like an E7, where you're just playing index finger G string 1st fret, middle finger 2nd fret A string, but then down here they're playing what is it? I guess the F sharp note on the bottom string when they're doing that. Kind of gives it a little brighter feel. I don't play it like that, but that's the way I have seen it play like that before, and I do it a little bit differently. I think part at the end, I play the rhythm a little differently. I think I stick on a certain chord a little bit longer than they do, but that's okay. You can always do that stuff. All right, so it's not hard, but you kind of want to back up just a little. When you're learning to play this one, you really want to pay attention to the alternate picking that I'm doing back here, as well as the finger placement down on the other end. So what I do is I take my middle finger on the 4th fret of the B string right here, okay, and you're going to slide that up to the 5th fret, downstroke, and then upstroke the open E. Okay, it's the same note, but what you can let that one ring, that E note, let that ring, and then index finger back to the 4th fret and slide down to the 2nd. Then open B. Then another open E. Okay? So that's the first little phrase that you want to try to do if you want to play the song. Okay? So again, a little slower. Alright, so after he does that, and he's not going to pause or anything, he's just going to keep going. On the G string, you're going to hammer onto that 1st fret and then kind of just run it down downstrokes on the B string and the E string. Back to the G. You're going to hit it once, hit it again to pull off, open, D string, but that's an E note, right? All together. Okay, I'll play it again, slow. Show you this hand a little closer. This hand a little closer. Alright. And then it's just the... He's going to play some harmonic stuff here. So on the 12th fret, if you don't know how to do these, you put your finger over the bar, not over the where you would normally put your finger, but over the actual bar. Don't push down on them or anything. Just play them lightly. You can just let go. They sound better if you take your finger off of the fret at that point. So he's going to do 12th fret and the 7th fret. And just so you know, those things are all over the guitar, but those are the main two. You hear a lot of that a lot, or this. So if you don't want to play the whole stuff, just play the bottom 2-3 string. That's a little cheat for you. Okay, so the next little piece down here, he's gonna go. I use my ring finger for this. It doesn't really matter. 2 to 4 slide, and then he's going to hit an open string on the G string. It's a triplet, okay, so it needs to sound like that. Alright, now once he's there, he's going to go 3rd fret pull off on the G string, B string 2nd fret pull off, G string 3rd fret pull off again, and then let me play it one time so I don't tell you the wrong thing. So. Yeah, so it's open on the D, open on the G, then it's 2nd fret D, and then it's open D. But notice he's landing on those E notes every time. Okay, that's something you want to get into the habit of doing when you're making up songs and writing your own stuff. All right, so all together. And I'll go a little slower. Watching this hand down here this time. That's very important, knowing when to do those upstrokes. Otherwise, it's easy to get out of the rhythm of the song. So, full speed. Sorry. Again. Alright, this last part is the hardest part. Okay, very important to do the alternate picking for this. Do not try to do this with downstrokes only. Alright, I'm going to put you can start with any finger. I would suggest your middle finger here, 5th fret B string. Okay. And then he's just going to walk down the scale. I'll show you the whole scale in a second. But every time he's moving down, he's just going to alternate that open bottom E note as he goes down. So he's walking down the scale. He starts on the E note also. So I'm just alternating that one note right there. And then down here, just watch carefully. 5, 4, 2, open, 1, open, 2, open. Okay, so he's going all the way to that E note that he keeps landing on right there. That's the D string. Remember, we tuned it up to an E note. So I'll go real slow for you. And remember, I'm not playing this bottom string with my finger. I'm just hitting it open. So don't touch it as you're walking down. Okay, so again, 5, 4, 2, 0 on the B. G string 1, 0 or open, the G, and then the D string right there 2, 0, and then you strum. Okay. And I think the way he's doing it on there is just a. Which is fine because you can play the open D note or play an open E chord. Okay. So that's all of that song. I mean, he's just repeating it over and over. The song can get a little boring because you're just kind of strumming the over and over. If you sing, it's a really fun song to play because you're not having to do a whole lot on the guitar and you can focus on the singing. I don't sing at all. So what I do when I play it is I play along with the music. Or if I'm playing with other people or something and one of them wants to sing it, that'd be good. And it's much easier too. I suggest when you're learning to play it, fast forward past the little first part, wait till the drums come in, and then start playing it there. Alright? Now the chorus is the part that can make your hand cramp up when you're using open E, so that'll go away in time. So basically all he's doing here is when we're going into the chorus, he's got that one little guitar piece. Okay, so if you go from on the B string from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, that's the E note. Okay, notice the common thing, we're always on E's, right? So slide it up and you play all the strings here. Okay, but I usually play the one note first. Okay, and then it's just a B chord. So 7th fret, you're gonna have to bar them all. Okay, with one finger it's hard to do. So what I usually do when I'm in open E, it's easier in drop D because this string's so loose anyways, and then the rest of them are just in standard. But now we've got these 3 largest strings really tight. So I use 2 fingers, kind of like I'm crossing my fingers there, and I use one to help me push it down. You will cramp right there when you start off. Okay, fight through that because it'll go away. All right, so he's just going from B to A, and then open back to E. So. So he does that twice during the chorus, and then notice how it's just. And then he plays these harmonics behind the beat. So again, play it with it's easier to learn to do it with the drums. And it'll probably help you if you watch the full video that I put on when I'm playing with the music. That way you can sort of, until you learn the timing of that, just watch when I'm doing it. And do it along with me. And then the second chorus, well, he plays it like that twice. So the third chorus, I think, he's just gonna play the main chorus twice. Then he's just gonna come back to the B instead of going open. And just watch the the full video for the timing of that. I always forget it unless I'm listening to the music anyway. And he does do the little guitar riff part in the middle of it again too, so it's fun. Alright, so the only other thing I'll show you while I've got it tuned like this is I'll show you the scale. Okay, when you're in open E, you're going to do a major scale if you're down here. I mean, you can play in minor. I wouldn't even try it. When you don't have this G string tuned, at least, you know, at least along with the D string, it makes it hard to do anything in minor. So the major scale, where normally it would just be where I'm going here, this is in open E, this is E major scale. Okay, and technically that note, that A note right there, I should have played that one. Yeah, that one too, I guess, the D note.